we have a new multi-tool. This is the Roxon Phantom, and I'm pretty excited to check it out. It has some pretty unique features. So yeah, let's open it up. Here are the instructions, and yeah, some spare cutters and stuff. Let's open the box. It comes in this pouch. Yeah, that's it. And here it is. As you can see, it's a bit bulky. Yeah, has quite a lot of tools inside, so yeah, you need to put them somewhere, but yeah, not exactly small. But still, I'm pretty excited. Check it out. As you can see, it has spring-loaded pliers, which is pretty cool. Not all of the tools have them, so yeah, opens and closes pretty smoothly, I would say. Yeah, pretty decent. Let's check the build quality. As you can see, the movement is very nice, very smooth. Yeah, pretty cool. About this movement, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, just compare. Let's compare it with this ROCKTOL, which is in the same price range. This one costs about 50 to 60 bucks. Yeah, this one is 50 to 70. So yeah, pretty similar. This is so far my favorite in this price range. So yeah, let's compare it. This one has practically no movement. Yeah, it's very sturdy. Well, this one, wrong side. Yeah, that's not so good. Don't know. Either the frame is a bit loose or yeah. Don't know how long it will last if a lot of pressure is applied. So yeah, that's not too good. And also came with these bits. They actually connect to the screwdriver, which is pretty interesting. As you can see, yeah, this thing goes on top on one side like this, and then the bits go in the other end like this. It is a bit junky, as you can see. It wobbles around. It doesn't fall, but yeah, it's not exactly sturdy when compared to ROCKTOL. As you can see, it has a standard 1/4 inch bit holder, which holds pretty well, sturdy. But this one, focus, yeah, yeah, not quite good. But now let's open it up, see, what do we have? As you can see, there are the standard pliers and wire cutters. They are spring-loaded, which is very nice. I like it a lot. Just compare the size. Let's put it like this, see it better. They are pretty similar, a bit smaller than the ROCKTOL. I believe ROCKTOL has about the same size as Leatherman, so yeah. These are a bit smaller, slightly. Yeah. I'll check what else we have. One of the coolest parts about this tool is this. Yeah, everything can be accessed with one hand. You can see everything locks in place. Unlocks with this button, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, to get them out, simply push it like this. Yeah, everything pops out, which is super awesome. And yeah, as you can see, the tool set is actually pretty interesting. It is slightly out of the ordinary. As you can see, it has a chisel, which is quite uncommon, at least in this variation. The screwdriver looks like this. Then there's an awl and a can opener with a wire cutter. Not a wire cutter, but a wire stripper. So yeah, you can see the groove here. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, to unlock it, let's show you again. This unlocks, get it out, goes like this. Yeah, let's check how easy it is to open it with one hand. Yeah, super easy. But with a tool like the Leatherman, not the Leatherman, but the ROCKTOL, there's also the part that everything's on the inside. But yeah, to open them with one hand is, I don't know if impossible, but yeah, at least hard. Well, with this thing, simply, yeah, super cool. Yeah. Now, on the other side, we have a knife. As you already saw, can be easily opened with one hand. Can also be closed the same way. It has a line lock. And, as you can see, has a Tanto style blade, which is actually a bit uncommon on the multi-tool. But I like it a lot. I like a good Tanto blade. But the cool part about this tool is you can actually switch out the blade. As you can see, I have now one but two spare blades, and you can easily switch between the blades and pick whichever one you want, which is super nice. Let's see how easy it is. Let's pick out one. Let's say I want a clip point. They do have a lot of different blades available, so yeah, that's pretty cool. You can choose whichever one you like the most. Let's see how easy is it to replace it. Let's try and lock it in. Yeah, should be in. But now let's try and open it up. And now we have a clip point. So that's pretty cool. It's the first tool I've seen such kind, so yeah, pretty nice. How smooth it is. Pretty cool. Yeah. But that's actually not the only cool part about this tool. Let's open it up. And here, as you can see, is an extra handle which opens up. These monster scissors. Yeah. These scissors are massive. Pretty cool. The alignment seems good. There is a bit of movement on the handle, but yeah, not too bad. Let's compare the size with this ROCKTOL. Also has a pair of scissors, which is pretty decently sized for a multi-tool. But yeah, now compare them side by side. Yeah, that's massive. Let's see how they cut. Start with some paper. Damn, that's sharp. Yeah, that's very sharp, very nice. Now, some cardboard. Yeah, no problem. Paracord. Yeah, like nothing. Let's try in different parts. Yeah, these scissors are awesome. Let's try the stick zip tie. A bit of a struggle on the tip, but the zip tie is, yeah, pretty thick, so but still cuts. Now the stick rope, so you can cut maybe one cut. Let's try and cut it. No, it needs two cuts, but it is pretty thick. These scissors are pretty awesome. Yeah, pretty cool. Now let's check how the blades cut. And yeah, the scissors also lock in place. Need to press down here and they fold back, which is pretty cool. Yeah. And as I already said, let's check how the blades cut. Yeah. Start with this thing, which is the clip point. Let's see, is there a difference? Let's test it with some paper. See how this goes. Pretty decently sharp. Not the sharpest, but pretty decent. Let's see, can I cut with these blades without putting them on? The original Tanto, which was in the tool. Let's see. Pretty decent. This actually seems to be a bit sharper than the clip point. Pretty decent. And now, this curved blade. Not bad. This one is actually the sharpest of them all. Pretty cool. Not expecting that. Yeah. Pretty nice. Yeah. This one, yeah, actually the sharpest. Did not expect that, but yeah. Let's try and put it in and see. Here's the exchange again. I guess you need to put it like this. Let's close it up. Yeah, pretty easy. Now, yeah. Let's try this again, now with the handle. Now, yeah, that's sharp. Let's compare it with this one, which has the S35V end blade, which was the sharpest blade I've had on a multi-tool. Yeah, this one is sharper. But this one is not far behind. Let's see how it cuts paracord. Yeah, pretty nice. Let's try a couple more cuts. Yeah, with the curved blade especially for paracord, it's super comfortable. It latches in and yeah, it's very easy to use it. Let's compare it with this thing. Yeah, for paracord, actually, this one is a bit better. Just because of the curved blade, it's very comfortable to cut. Yeah, pretty nice. Something else I want to test is how this mechanism performs with splitting wood. For that, let's switch out the blade to a flat one. Let's take the Tanto, the original one. Let's put the blade in. Close it up. As you can see, yeah, it's pretty easy. At least when you get used to it, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, now let's see how to handle splitting wood. Let's see how this goes. Yeah. Let's try it again. Not bad. Yeah, also works very well for carving. Yeah, pretty cool. Let's try and split the wood again. Let's check How's it holding up? Is there any more movement? Appears not. I was a bit worried that the blade will start popping out or something, as yeah, the mechanism, yeah. But it seems, yeah, pretty sturdy. Not bad. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, pretty cool. This thing's actually pretty nice. Yeah, and has a saw blade, which is pretty decently sharp. Yeah, pretty cool. And it also locks with a liner lock, so pretty cool when compared. This multi-tool, as you can see, size-wise, it is a bit bigger. Yeah. Let's check the weight. The Roxon Phantom weighs about 300 grams. Well, the ROCKTOL weighs 278, so not that big of a difference. Basically 20 grams. Not so much. But yeah, the handle is fairly thick. So yeah, if you have smaller hands, it might be an issue. For me, it's okay. Yeah, not bad. Let's see how comfortable it is to use with the pliers. Let's try and grab on to both ends with both of the tools. Let's see. Lift her up. You can feel a bit of movement on the Roxon. Not quite as much on the ROCKTOL. They both have pretty similar names, so yeah. Yeah, hard to show it, but yeah. I do like the round off design on the Roxon. So yeah, because of that, it does feel pretty good in the hand. Yeah, the ROCKTOL, for example, does push in into the hand at some points when applying more pressure. But yeah, the Roxon is quite bulky. And squeezed, yeah, hard to see, but yeah, still, yeah, pretty cool. It does also have a ruler over here. I do like utilizing the space you have, as yeah, otherwise simply a blank space. Why not put a ruler over there? So yeah, pretty cool. I believe, yeah, the ROCKTOL also has one here, so in that case they're pretty similar. But yeah, for the price, this thing is pretty cool, especially if you like switching out the blades for different use cases. And yeah, the scissors, which are awesome. What else to say about them? But yeah, and one thing about them, when yeah you use them like this, the grip is pretty strange. As on one part you have this narrow part, on the other side you have this bulky part, so it's pretty strange to grip them. Feels a bit odd on the hand, but yeah, as you already saw, they work very well. I believe these are the best scissors I've had on a multi-tool. Now they've stopped cutting. Maybe that was a bad part. But yeah, let's check it again. Yeah. I believe I've not had better scissors on a multi-tool, so yeah, that's pretty impressive. I like it a lot. But yeah, overall, this thing is pretty cool. In that price range, you pretty much need to choose what tools you like most, which type. Yeah, this is a pretty valid option, I would say. It's pretty cool, especially if you like switching out blades for different occasions or whatever. They do have also an utility blade, so yeah, That's also pretty cool. And yeah, you can check out the other blade options on their page. And yeah, overall, that's about it. And yeah, if you want to pick one up, I'll leave the links in the description. If you liked the review, leave a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye!